So it's all heating up in this Grimsby Town career, as after 2 big back-to-back wins, we actually have climbed outside of the relegation zone. Good news alongside signing 2 big players. However, there is still manager trouble as Troy Deeney is slacking. As yes, people, we have a huge day ahead of us on the Grimsby Town to glory, and that man is being questioned. And I'm not talking, of course, on voting for him to get sacked. He has got until about, I'd say, the Middlesbrough game. Or not the Middlesbrough game, actually. February we agreed upon. He's got until the Blackburn game to have us sitting safely. As in the meantime, I'm not going to speak to him. We do have Portsmouth first, which is probably worth playing. As you can see, they're just above us. And the teams below us have actually played a game extra. So it is crucial that we get a win to try and separate ourselves from Middlesbrough. Thrown straight into the action of a big relegation fight. We need to beat Portsmouth. Another team promoted with us, I believe. Don't know how I went that high with my voice then, but I'd know Peterborough was. I can't remember. I think it was Rotherham, actually. So Portsmouth have survived here a while. A team that's established themselves in the Championship, which I wish we could do, was Charlie Savage. The decent run, but he's got absolutely nowhere to pass it. And also in this game, I'm expecting a fight, because Troy Deeney has been kind of threatened about his job as Emre, with a huge save. Been very good, our goalkeeper, as the corner balls come in, everybody falling over each other's feet. A very poor shot, but it falls to Scully, an ex-Lincoln City man. Open net in the corner, everybody on the deck, and an embarrassing start. Seriously, lads, what on earth has just gone on right there with the team, but Charlie Savage winning the ball back. Come on, we've got to push forward. It is Marriott with a run. Marriott going all the way to the byline and forcing a Grimsby corner, which is going to get taken immediately. It is Marriott, the youngster, and possibly the best player today, and left them with a huge gap to get at us. But Alfie Gilchrist's been solid, you know, and we do have a loan to buy for him, I believe, as Marriott released. Marriott tries to get round McIntyre, but it is a very good read from the ex-Reading man as Lang with a ball in. Doug Tharm with a calm down header. Hopefully telling our team to calm down as Jordan Ayew has stolen this ball. He's a player that Troy Deeney promised he would get the best out of. He's trying to get past his defender here, and he's actually doing quite well. And he's got a ball into Washington, who fires it into the top corner. Or not us into the top corner, but the ball to make us level before half-time. Brilliant goal, this one. Jordan Ayew, the creator. Is Troy Deeney actually going to get the best out of that man? We'll just have to see, of course. The second half among us here. We just saw that first half out, and I don't really want a point from this one. I'd like all 3, thank you and please, as now we need to get the ball off Sidey into Morrell, the Welshman, who tries to skip past Doug Tharm, but Tharm gets that interception in. We know he's a brilliant player still. Colby Bishop, he's a really good goal scorer. Really good player, Bishop. We've got to make sure he doesn't get on the ball as Martin get past Florini. It's into the middle, into McIntyre. Bit of a pickle here that we've got ourselves into. We cannot relieve the pressure as Gilchrist makes up for his mistake, but the rebound is in. Callum Lang, I believe, who's got it. And that is going to be painful for Gilchrist, who's actually played well. Bad mistake from the youngster there, though, as now we need to try and go again. It's Martin skipping away. Clinton Mola has been invisible today, and now Bishop on the ball. A run into Mola's position, and it is 2 to the good. Just at the click of a finger. After looking extremely solid, it is 2 mistakes from defenders, and even Doug Tharm making a mistake right there. You know it's bad when he's doing it. As can we get a late goal, maybe to rustle a few feathers and make a little bit of pressure for the other team? Danny Rose with the miss. And when Danny Rose misses, you know you're not going to win the game. It is a 3-1 win at Blundell Park for Pompey, who we should have been beating. As Troy, what do you make of that? A 6-pointer on paper, but you've lost it And surely that does hurt momentum. As he laughs, actually saying, yes, I am under pressure to get momentum. That was a good chance to get it. And my team has not been good enough. Well, no offense meant, Troy, but it's your job to get the best out of them. A tired team going to Coventry, who put up a little bit more of a fight. But another defeat before we go into the Christmas run-in, as you can see. 22nd, 13 points and 1 from safety. And these are the games we've got. We've got Stoke City twice this month. We've got Middlesbrough very close to us. And Bolton, who are below us still. So maybe we stand a chance. But before we actually get going to Stoke, Charles Vernam sitting with Deeney. And this isn't a meeting called by the manager. Boss, I want to speak to you about 3 of the players at the club. Myself, Liam Smith, and Brad Hills, the new centre-back. Brad feels like he's not panned into the squad because he hasn't got a chance. And me and Smith, well, we just feel like we've been pushed out. To which Troy says, I can tell you're frustrated, but I'm playing my strongest team. And I haven't spoken to you lads because you don't fit in that lineup. To which Vernam says you could have just been a little bit honest with us, boss. And for that reason, all 3 of us want to leave the club. Okay, not good. So with Charles having 6 months left and also Smith having 6 months left, it looks like they may be going for free. Brad, on the other hand, has just signed a 4-year contract, but he's very unhappy at the club. And the manager's got to try and sort it. As before we sort that mess out, though, we do have a lot more players on 6-month contracts, including Doug, who we're gonna sign up for another year. As it looks all smiley right here, at least one player doesn't hate the manager, and there's a shake of hands, meaning he has accepted the contract. Good for Doug, that, and good for us. As you can see, that is the team for the Stoke game, and Ayew still on the wing, but Pasalic is back from international duty, meaning Troy Deeney has chosen to play Jordan Ayew, who does get a goal in the game, but we lose to the Potters. And now the pressure is on Deeney. It's not even hit February yet. As you can see, Smith as well, he's already found a new club. Heading to Coventry, who are above us in the league, as we finally get a sim win with Washington beating Rangers. Queen's Park Rangers, that is. Not, of course, the ones of Glasgow. As you can see, Middlesbrough 2 points above us as we are in the drop zone. But we play them next at home in a crucial game where Washington is in and Ayew is still on the wing. We cannot lose this game. We simply cannot throw anything away against Middlesbrough. They've got a good striker in Latte Lath. But Doug Tharm, on his new contract, he makes an instant impact right there with a good tackle. And Savage gets tackled back in return. I think this will be cagey. Bottom of the championship. They always are cagey games, especially a 6-pointer. As I believe that was a foul on our man. But nothing given in the way of it as Latte Lath don't let him get a pass off or even a shot off, as it's a good save from Emery. Tell you what, if we built a defence in front of him, a defence to stay here, he'd be a brilliant player, as he's lucky not to concede again. Lucky not to be behind, as that was Femi Aziz. And a good tackle from Savage. Not a good one from Marriott. But he did try and get away, as Gilbert on the edge of the box trying to look for an angle. Wolf doing his job as the CDM, hunting down players like he would hunt down piglets, and now blow their houses down, but they are going to score here if we're not careful. No more analogies, just try and save the shots. As Latte Lath goes and scores, I am left tongue-twisted, and Troy Deeney is left in extremely big quicksand. Come on, lads. This is a game we cannot lose. It's good play from Middlesbrough again, looking to create something. Latte Lath saved at the near post. Something has to change here, and I am not talking personnel. Let's get on another attack. Kane Wilson to run down this right wing, cutting inside very last minute and giving it into Matty Wolf, who needs to get around his man and does do. Oh my days, we cannot pass it. And he set his team on an attack. Latte Lath with a shot, and I believe that was in myself. side of Emre's netting. Lucky again for our keeper and, of course, our team more than the keeper. He's tried to keep us in it, doing his job. As Washington, with the ball through, with all the shots we've conceded, we could do with scoring one, and it has gone through bodies. As soon as it left his foot, you could tell the ball was on a journey, as he just goes on a journey, an endeavour into the box, and finished into the side netting. And it's in a game we cannot lose. But hang on, Latte Lath with a run through. Honestly, lads, are you actually joking me? I do say you're most vulnerable when you just scored, and Latte Lath with a pop shot from range. Nowhere should be near the net, but it's in the back of the net. As it's the final chance of the game, and I am just going to go for the straight cross as we've got a man going towards it. Gilchrist with the header. And it didn't land for our Loney, as it is so close to the end of the game. It is a 2-1 defeat at home to Middlesbrough before Bolton, which is 2 times or 10 times more crucial after that loss. So Deeney, another 6-pointer loss there. How do you feel about your team? To which he says too many losers, a losing mentality and losing people. That's great to attack your players, make the morale unhappy before Bolton next. He really isn't experienced, is he? As I'm going to go visit him before this game, saying, Deeney, this is a big one. I've gave you till mid-February, but this is your most important game. We need to get 3 points, or we are going to drift off and be in a relegation fight and possibly be relegated. As Deeney says, we're favourites for relegation. We only just got up. If you keep putting the pressure on me, I honestly won't get the best of the team. Starting to do my head in now before this crucial game as well, but at least he's done one thing right, and he's put Pasalic back in the team. Yes, Ayew wasn't bad, but this is crucial. We are away at Bolton in this game. I actually thought we were at home, but to be fair, this horrendous and ugly kit has produced some beautiful results, including the Preston win and the away win against QPR in the sim. Earlier today, of course, as Thompson. He's a decent little player, him. Same with Randall Williams, who's tackled us. And now we need to just get a tackle in again because Bolton will want to play their biggest game to try and get themselves out of relegation. Can we get it out of our box? But still, the ball's found its way back into the middle with Ben Thompson. A terrible tackle, but Sheenan with a lot of space to dribble in and almost score. Don't tell me he's gave a free kick. Nope, just the yellow card. But we are really riding our luck here. Terrible first 20 as Undua trying to get round us. And the ball fell to Charles as Dion Charles scores for Bolton. Right, this is worst case scenario. I'd usually watch the replay, but we're making that many mistakes. I don't even want to study them no more because they are all the same mistakes. We're just letting them run through our whole team as Charlie Savage. Get us level, please. Johnson watches him out. But a corner has been won, and Marriott on that left peg. There was a run in there from the centre-back. Ball falls to Washington, who drags our only shot wide. But it looks at least we're growing in the game. Matty Wolf from range. Almost a Matty Wolf special, but not in the back of the net, as Fiorini has to pass it down the line here, and Marriott to run. Washington made a decent move. Marriott goes himself. An easy save for Nathan Baxter, but at least the youth player is trying to create here. Do I sense a penalty? I mean, we did kind of shove our man, or the man of their man shoved their man onto their hand. Tried to make it all rhyme there as Washington to get us level just before half-time. He puts it top bins. That's the goal we craved, and especially before half-time, as it's now 1-1 in what is now a 10-point relegation 6-pointer. And yes, I did just say 2-point measurements, but I wanted you to get the point, as that is a terrible ball. And now they are just straight on the front foot. Come on, that's not what our team talk was about. We need to get about it and try and get up the field to make something happen. As Marriott, it was a brilliant decoy run from David Washington for Marriott, who had to take it early because it seems he just lost pace. And Pasalic, none of that please, Pasalic. Still, it has worked out on this occasion as the ball into Matty Wolf, who will have it go out for a corner. Liking it, Troy Deeney might just save his job for another season or a little bit longer than February, as that's a terrible ball in. Still, we've picked up on the scraps and used Kane Wilson, who's yet to have a huge impact in Mariners colours. Same with Fiorini. Doing the Mariners proud as the game has completely just switched on his head. And he has made another brilliant save. I definitely thought we were conceding there. Fantastic work, as now Collins again, though, he's made a difference in this game. The striker that's come off the bench. A good run from Dion Charles. But now they're trying to make us pay for all our missed chances. Collins through to Charles again. Gilchrist good defending, as can we try and counter on Bolton here? Charlie Savage out wide. He has found Pasalic, who's got the ball and kept on going. I really thought he's lost it there. Pasalic with the turn inside. Referee, is that not a penalty? Nothing given apart from the whistle, which ends the 6-pointer with 1 point apiece, which does no one any favours. And nothing in the press from Deeney, as Bolton are surviving. How quickly did they climb up? As Cardiff in the relegation zone. They are joining us as Peterborough really didn't look good. And we get a 2-2 draw with Stoke, which we got beat before it. Nice little turn of fortunes as Smith leaving the club means we have entered January. We can make some signings. Not letting Troy rule over us once more as... oh my days. Right, after a promising point, we ship 4 to Coventry. As it's just got me thinking, do we just go straight for a signing, get our business done very early on, and you might be looking at Gilchrist? But maybe controversially to say, our defence has not done bad. Even Mola, even Wilson, and Bilgin's done brilliantly. Dare I say it, in that role, as the role that we need a player in is CDM. Wolf, you just are not doing it. And Deeney's mate Livermore, just no interest in using that man. And Kieran Green, I completely forgot was here. And we've got 1 million to spend, so that's actually a bit of money. I'm glad I saved that much up, as we've got to make a big signing with all that cash in the bank. And the player I have in mind belongs to Derby County, a youth player with the team, but Liam Thompson of the Rams. Will be a tricky signing, but you can see we've got it to delegate, so we do have enough money with this top evaluation being 1.2. So we'll see what happens with that one. Then again, we do need money for contracts as Bolton with a tired team. It's come round once again, but David Washington, huge goal from our Brazilian, gets us a win in the second or third 6-pointer of today. Seeing us fly out of that relegation zone and put Portsmouth in there, who of course have the quality to beat us, so we've got to keep on winning games to keep above them. It's very busy at BP or with GTFC. Is that a goalkeeper going? Cameron Dawson off to Preston? Deeney failing to mention that one to me, as Smith comes in as a first choice because the next game that we have, MK Dons in the FA Cup. As this is also a start for Cairns, our defender, our youngster who got bidded on a few times in the last window. Apart from that though, very strong lineup as we need to counter to start off with here. Charlie Savage, a run from one of our men upfield. He just ran too much at once and it is a terrible switch to the left wing. I'd love to know who did that, as it's Ayew as well playing on the left. I've given Marriott a rest. I feel like we need to rest him for the league as Danny Rose finds a ball into Pasalic to go through the middle. Marco Pasalic against MK Dons should have a field day. Marco Pasalic gets his shot blocked by the decent defender O'Hara, but still a brilliant ball from Matty Wolf playing for his position as Jordan Ayew goes for the chip. Danny Rose tackled again. As don't let them win this, boys. I know we're not having a good season, but if we are in the relegation zone, we should still beat teams from leagues below us. I want to have a good cup run if we can't have a good run in the league. And I don't actually believe it. That was the last chance. They had the last chance of the game, and we get a draw with MK Dons. Meaning we've got to field this team again and probably sim the game again because it goes to a replay, not penalties. Just a lot more kerfuffle. Can't lie, I'm not happy at all about that, but I am happy about the new player we've got. Maybe his first game will be that replay, but Liam Thompson joins the Mariners from Derby County. Or could he be thrown in against Rotherham? I don't know, as a big offer in for Nathan Marriott. 3.6 plus Ghassan Adame, who's not a very good striker. And I'm willing to turn that down just because I know we can get bigger offers for Pasalic, and he's a youth player. He'll probably want to stay at the club. We can hope, as Cameron McJannet, linked with Grimsby in real life. Yes, I am a fortune teller because I can predict the future, but he is leaving us here on a free transfer. Another player Dean is letting go. As to be fair, he hasn't really played much, so he's not a huge miss as we get a draw out of Rotherham. Washington in this team is absolutely saving our bacon as he's got 12 goals already. Nobody comes close. Pasalic only with 5 this season as the FA Cup replay. Oh my days. Thompson made his debut. We lose 2-1 and an ex-player, Scott Wern, scores in the 30th minute against us. Because look where we are in the table. 21st with only 22 points and 27 games gone. And I'm gonna have to talk to Troy about this form because it's terrible. We are going down at this rate and we're out of the cup as well. Troy, I can't lie to you, mate. I have spent all the money that I have put into this club and I'm seeing nothing for it. The form is still patchy and the FA Cup was the last straw. I really need to start seeing some consistent form. As Dini answers, well, I've got until halfway through February, so I'm gonna get on with my job and stay out of my business. But no, I've had enough. You do not tell me that again. In fact, you are sacked as Grimsby Town manager.